around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing roaches? Collecting all this money on the roads like I'm homeless. A nigga like me.
Hey man, hello, welcome back. This is Nicardo Media House, and this is going to be a different type of video. We're going to preview the Premier League. The Premier League kicks off on Friday, 3 p.m. time. In England, that's an 8 p.m. kickoff. But yeah, man, this is a different type of content, man. Here, the Premier League, this is where you're going to get your Premier League content. I'm going to have a podcast about the Premier League. But yeah, man, I have a special guest to introduce to my fans. He's from London in England. He support Newcastle. He's a diehard black and white Toon Army supporter. His name is Spec. So, I'm going to introduce you guys to him soon. He's a special guest on the platform. He's going to be the second YouTuber from the UK. We have Tyler T-Boys TV from Luton Town. The start of this platform a month and a half ago. He talk about his journey, how he started to support Luton Town, and he talk about various stuff, about how they're going to come up in the Premier League transfer. He talk about how their journey through the championship and how they got promoted. That final they went in Wembley Stadium in the summer against Coventry. Yeah, so this is going to be a beautiful show today, man. It's going to be a nice good chat with Specs, Yeah, man, so going to turn over the platform and share screen with Specs. So yeah, good.
Yes,
yeah, man, Specs, man. Welcome back to the channel, man.
Yeah, man.
Debuted on the Nicardo Media House platform. The man, live in the UK. Original yard man. Parents. Just tell the people a little bit about your parents, them back home and where them come from, man.
Yeah, man. Well, boy, most of my family, my cousins, them, and everyone is born back a yard, innit? In Clarendon. Some are in Rock River. My mum and my dad's from Clarendon. My mum's from Rock River. My dad's from a place called Chapperton Town.
Yeah.
In the Clarendon. You see me? Obviously, they came over to England. I'm born in London, North London, Tottenham. There's a lot of Caribbeans there, a lot of Jamaicans, just like Brixton and Peckham and Hackney and so on. So yeah, born and bred in London, North London, Tottenham.
Yeah, man, so I'm gonna preview the Premier League, it start Friday, at Turf Moor Stadium, champions are home, Vincent Kompany up against his former team, his former manager, everything, they played, man, played beautiful football in the championship last season, man.
They did.
People didn't really expect, Burnley to did all of that in one season, that one jump, Kompany, brand new in the English tier 2, so
yeah.
I mean, well educated man, knowing football, big player, so
yeah, he's got a lot of experience playing football wise under the best, and to be honest, people forget he went to Anderlecht first as a player coach.
Yeah.
And then he didn't do so great, so he didn't really do nothing exciting. So I didn't think, I was a bit like scratching my head. Burnley are taking a chance on him, but you know what? Big respect to him. He changed the whole philosophy of football. Got a couple of loan players, like a couple of youngsters from other Prem teams, etc.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's the football he's playing.
Yeah.
No fair attack.
It's the opposite than what Sean Dyche used to play, that long football.
Complete.
Tiki-taka.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. So, we're gonna kick things off with, the champions, Manchester City. They won this trophy, 2-3 times in a row now?
Yeah, 3 times in a row now. Yep.
They're trying to chase that 4th title in a row. It's going to be really hard. No team have done it before,
No.
But go on.
Nah, it's mad because everyone's like, they could possibly get 4 in a row. I hope not, just for the competition's sake of the Premier League. You don't want it to be like the Bundesliga in Germany where you got Bayern Munich winning it all 11 years in a bounce and all them crazy stuff. So it's possible, but I don't know. As it stands, they've let Mahrez go, Gundogan, possibly Walker could be leaving. So I don't know. You get me?
I saw that they sent over two contract farm to Kyle Walker and Bernardo Silva. So it's up to the players and their agent to accept the terms.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, that happened like today, like
Okay.
a couple hours ago. So Barcelona in for Bernardo Silva, but
Yeah.
I don't think they should let Kyle Walker go, man. He's a real one, man. Like with speed, his experience. So if Bayern Munich could get that deal over the line, it would be a 100% win-win for them.
100%. But
with the likes, man, of Mahrez, and Gundogan leaving, the man them brought in, Mateo Kovacic and that Croatian.
yeah. 21-year-old centre back. Yeah, he's though.
Yeah, big player. You think City is an overwhelming favourites coming into this new season, like last season?
Well, to be honest, every season they're gonna be favourites. You understand? Every season is gonna be favourites. This season, like I said, so far, you could look at them and think that's a big hole missing in terms of. Look, everyone always thinks Man City's got a massive squad. They haven't necessarily got a massive squad. They've just got a good 15, 16, 17 great world-class players. You take out 5, you can put 5 in. It's not a problem. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So in terms of just Gundogan alone going and Mahrez, that's a big hole.
Yeah.
If Walker goes, that's a different thing. That's a completely different thing. Like him, they can't let him go. Not yet. They can't let Walker go.
Yeah.
But he's won everything. He probably just thinks, sure, let me go somewhere else, new experience, win another league in another country, which is probably going to be Bayern Munich again. Yeah. And the Harry Kane business going on. You don't know what's going to happen there. So they can't let him go. But I think they're slightly favourites, along with Arsenal. But yeah.
To the North London, the red side, their man there spent 248 days leading the league and lost it, man. How, man?
Boy, how is because Man City stepped it up, really stepped it up towards the end, and Arsenal just looked like they ran out of gas a little bit and just kind of not gave up, but there's 1 or 2 games where that's how they let it slip. Either they lost or they drawed. And then after the Brighton home game, lost 3-0. It was definitely done and dusted by then. And Man City won the league. But they've got new signings now. They've improved on the signings. Timber, Havertz. They've got Declan Rice, the big whole hoorah for the whole summer.
Yeah.
They've got Rice and they're looking to get Raya, the keeper from Brentford.
Yeah.
To give Ramsdale some competition, and we just see how it goes. And they've got a couple other players. Bannigan's still there. We're not sure if he's going or leaving.
I think that Rice signing, replacing Granit Xhaka is a massive one. Granit Xhaka have some temper problem. He likes a flying challenge. He likes to argue with the referee. And on the flip side with Declan, Declan is more calm player. He's a leader. He bring that stability to the midfield. He's more intelligent. He play the game more intelligent than Granit Xhaka. So I think they have something different in there. Jorginho, you keep the ball ticking over short passes. And Kai Havertz, it's up to where Arteta going to play him as an 8 or a 9. Gabriel Jesus is out for a couple months. So it's going to be a good challenge again for the Gunners this season. But they got their first fixtures. They got Forest, Palace. They got Forest at home, away to Palace, home to Fulham. That big one with United, and away to Everton and home to Spurs. So last season they managed their first 15 games unbeaten. Was a run.
Yeah, that a good run. And they done it convincingly. They had a good run.
And that set up the momentum of just pushing on. No one expect Arsenal was going to run on that. But they did it.
100%. Nah, yeah. Look, man. Well, Declan Rice, I rate him, but I don't overhype him like other people do. Like, I'm not a big Declan Rice. Like, I don't really get gassed over him, but it's a good signing for them. Did they pay a bit too much for him? Maybe, but that's how it goes these days. Xhaka, he had a good season last season.
Yeah,
very good season. So you have to rate him. He was important last season.
Playing mid and left back.
Yeah, and he had more license to go forward a bit, and he done his thing. Gabriel Jesus, I don't think he's out for a couple of months. I think he's only out for about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. Okay. If so, but I think either way, whether he's not out for that long or not, if they're not going to give Balogun a chance, I think they need to look at maybe get another proper centre forward. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a proper centre forward,
something different. Like Giroud. Something like Giroud.
Yeah, something. Well, they had it already, but he done better elsewhere. But yeah, something like that. Or what's the guy from Juventus? That kind of but yeah. I think that's the centre forward for Juve. But I don't know. Some people say why not bring in Lukaku, which sounds crazy. It's a question mark. Bring him in for a season or something, just to add something different. Because remember, they're in the Champions League now.
Yeah.
You get me? Like it's going to be a lot of competitive games, just like ourselves, Newcastle. So it's going to be. But
Man United. You think Man United have done enough in the transfer market to kick on a good title challenge with City and Arsenal?
I think they've done as much as they possibly could do for now. You got that Highland youngster. Yeah. That's a bit of a risk, but he's a good look.
Yeah.
If it works, he's only 20. He's young. In terms of challenging for the title, no, I don't believe so. You ain't challenging for the title, bro. No, I don't think so. But you'd be up there. You'd definitely be in that top 4, I believe, around that top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be challenging for.
Look, this is why I brought you on the show. You're going to talk about Newcastle. The black and white Toon Army.
Come on, man.
I watched your channel the other day, man, and you said you haven't lost a preseason game. And
nope.
You think you can carry that form over in the Premier League coming up on the weekend?
I believe we can.
It's a big game for you now. You play Aston Villa.
But it's a tough game. Tough game. They're very organised. We already played them a couple of weeks ago in that USA little cup thing with Chelsea and other teams in there. The Premier League Summer Series in your neck of the woods in America somewhere. One was in Atlanta, and the other was in, I can't remember, some next place. But yeah, I don't fear nobody. Like, I'm happy with the new signings, especially Harvey Barnes. He looked good against Villarreal on the weekend just gone. And Villarreal, no joke. So it's only pre-season, but it's good for momentum. Not to concede too many goals. We're scoring goals. Yeah. We're looking fit. We can get even fitter. Villa is a big game, but I don't fear no one. If we can win that game, because we've got some tough games in that first 5 games. I think we've got Liverpool in there. We've got Aston Villa. We've got some crazy games, but I don't fear nobody. To be honest with you, man, I don't fear no one.
Callum Wilson.
Yeah, man.
Cannot stay fit. Last season, you barely had both at the same time. When you had Callum Wilson playing, is either Isak just coming off an injury, he's not fully fit, and it's vice versa for both.
Well, just to the Wilson question by itself, Wilson will never stay fit for a whole season. That's just, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? But he still scored 18 Premier League goals last season.
Yeah.
He's out for twice for long certain periods. Isak had a little injury and then he's out for a little while. But they were both back for quite a big chunks together for most of the last part of the season. Hence why Eddie Howe had a headache. Do I start Isak? Do I start Wilson? Or do I start both?
Yeah.
When he started both, it worked in a few games. He starts one of the other. But every time one starts, he scores. Then the other one gets his chance, he's not having it. I'm going to score. Wilson is, even in pre-season, Isak's looking good. I was like, yes, he's got to start. Then I see Wilson. He's looking mad fire. Mad fire. Pace, strength. He's timing up his runs. The midfield open up the little gaps. He's done well. Like, I don't know who to start for that game, for the first game. I really don't know. It's a headache.
Yeah.
It's more defensively I'm worried about. We got an injury to Fabian Schär, and we need to sign one more centre back, a right centre back. But
you think you can challenge for the top 4 playing Champions League midweek and weekend football in the Premier League?
Sorry, say that again.
I said you think Newcastle can challenge again in the top 4, knowing that you're playing the Champions League midweek, Premier League weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Cup, you know, it's like you're going to have games every 3-4 days now.
Yeah, and competitive games, and it's going to be a mental. It's going to be a mental challenge and a physical, but more mental because you get buzzed up for the Champions League, and before you know it, you got to get back down to earth and play the Premier League game.
Yeah,
and we're trying to be competitive. That's why it's important to try and get a squad depth as well for competition and just to get through the season. But I'll say we'll be challenging for the top 4. If we finish there, I don't know. Challenging, I'm confident, regardless of what's going on, we'll be challenging in and around it, along with the Brightons and the Villas, Spurs, Chelseas, and the rest, the usuals, Liverpool's, Man U. Yeah, man. I'm cool, man. I'm relaxed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So, what do you think about the new signings for the Scots? Liverpool, you know, they signed Sabazal,
yeah,
and McAllister. You see, they don't want to even pay that 50 mil for Latvia.
Yeah, Liverpool are going on stingy. If you really rate the player and you want him,
bro, they got money from the Saudis for Endo and Fabinho.
Exactly.
And Firmino. No,
Firmino. If it's left for free, yeah.
Firmino leave on a free.
But it's still wages off the books. You understand?
Still wages off the books. You got Keita wages off the books. You got Milner wages off the books.
They got money anyway. Period. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the board, isn't it? FSG. They're a bit funny. Do you get what I'm saying? They're a bit funny. So they got Szoboszlai, who was at one point linked with Newcastle. I like him. He's a serious guy. McAllister, World Cup winner, serious guy. Do you get what I'm saying? The attacking is already there because everyone's come back from injury. They look good.
So
it's just Lavia missing. Just one more player or two.
Yeah. But why not pushing for the race for a Moises Caicedo?
That's the other question.
You can use Fabinho and Endo money and put something on that.
That's what most Liverpool legends and some Liverpool schools have been saying. Like, what's going on? Like, you might as well just push for him then, and let's call it a day. But who knows, brother, man? Let them.
If they can start that CDM roll up, there'll be a problem in the league this season.
100%. I think there'll be a bit of a problem anyway.
Yeah.
And in pre-season, they look all right. They look all right.
They're coming back.
Oh, bruv, they're not playing games, bruv. Like,
they're coming back.
They're coming back, bruv. It's going to be very interesting. Like I said, the Chelsea's doing their thing. Spurs, we'll see how it goes because I don't know what's going on with them with the Kane and blah, blah, blah. They've got new management. So is Chelsea, but Chelsea look like they're still trying to, sort themselves out. Yeah. Man U being Man U, you got their new key. You got your keeper, Onana.
Yeah.
Bit of question marks for me, but we'll see how it goes. You get me?
Yeah. Moving on, man. So, Chelsea, man, them boy, man, Stamford Bridge. New coach. A lot of players exit the door. It's a pretty younger squad now.
Definitely.
But I still feel like they need that marquee striker. Over the years watching Chelsea, they always have that marquee striker that they sign.
But sometimes they buy these marquee strikers and it's like they've been cursed ever since Drogba. They try all of them, all these guys, and and the car queue, and then I don't know what I'm going. So
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I hear you. They still need to try that anyway. Jackson's cool, but they need a bit more.
Jackson's cool, but I feel like if you want to finish
Proper centre forward. Yeah.
Striker.
Yeah. And midfielders as well. They need midfield. They need a bit empty there.
They need midfielders too.
But they're looking in the right path. They're looking all right. It's still we still see how it goes, but they're on the right direction anyway. Compared to you can't get any worse than last season. But last season was mental.
Yeah, but in Kuku, man.
Yeah, baller. But I think he's injured, is he? I'm not sure if he still is.
He's injured, man.
He's injured proper, yeah.
It came out that he's going to out for like months.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Oh, bro, I gotta check into that because I know you had a long injury before that, and then he come back looking fit. I see him when he got like taken off because he was injured, but I didn't think nothing of it. I haven't really checked on it since then. But that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
News came out that he's going to out for months, bro.
Well, boy, I'm not complaining, man. Get me? Because I'm trying to get my team to do our thing. So I don't wish no badness or injury on anyone, but you get me? If it increases their ability to get high up the league, I'll take that.
It's going to be a massive blow for Chelsea, especially the already short in numbers in the midfield.
Trust me.
He can play as a striker too.
Yep. But not a main striker, but he can. Jackson's looking good though. Jackson's looking good.
He can feel like
No, but he could do, yeah. But
yeah, man. So move on to Brighton. As they were really playing some really good football last season. Buonanotte, the Argentine. McAllister, the Japanese Mitoma. They have some really like players that you're not expecting. Even that German kid, Undav.
Yeah, Unda. He doesn't even get game time. You got Ferguson.
Yeah,
you got Ferguson. And look who you that wing back Espo, I can't even pronounce his name. Espo Espetini, him.
Yeah.
And that other youngster that came off towards the end that scored that banger against Man City. Look at you, young kid. Pronounce his name. I think so. The young kid, yeah.
I think he's from Paraguay.
Some next forward, bro. Look, just to cut it short, I don't worry about Brighton. It's their technical and their scouting staff, but how they go about it.
Yeah. Because
other teams ain't doing that. So they've actually got some different secret way of how they go about looking at players. No matter what league it is. You could be in some unknown league, even in Ireland. You could be in some proper unknown league, low league. They see ability. They know who to, and they do the little stats, and they put it together, and they got a coaching staff, and that's how they build, man. They don't buy players for a lot of money. How much did they buy Casino for? So it was like 5 million or less than that.
4 million.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Like 4 million.
Yeah, something.
Ecuador.
Something crazy like that. They got João Pedro now from Watford. Yeah, that's going to be a good look. Hopefully, that's just to get it right with him.
They got the German midfielder from Dortmund, Dawood.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they got Dawood. They got him. They signed him before the season finished last season.
I didn't remember that. I'm not right.
Bossman ruling.
Bottom ruling. Okay, yeah. Okay.
And they agreed terms with this African Ghanaian Kudus from Ajax.
Yes, I forgot that one. Didn't slip my mind. That one did shock me because he's supposed to go to Arsenal apparently. No one heard about Brighton.
Yeah.
Next minute, I'm like, Brighton. That's a good look anyway.
That's a good fit. That's a really good fit.
Both ways. You understand? So that's a big signing. There's some big signings coming here. Some exciting ones, just like the RB from Bayern Leverkusen. He's gone to Villa. That's another exciting kind of. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting.
They signed a centre off. I think he's from Fiorentina, Igor, a Brazilian.
Okay. Well, they're doing their business, man, in their own little way.
And
they're not desperate to sell.
New backup goalkeeper too.
They had to because they let go Sanchez to Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's going to be.
They signed him from the Dutch league,
Okay, bro.
Unknown player. No one knows him. You know, his name
Bro.
is what? Bart. I think Bart Verkeben. Something I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
how
know,
to pronounce his Dutch
yeah,
name.
yeah. I know where you're going, but
Yeah, man. Spurs. Problems in the camp. Hurricane. Daniel Levy.
mm,
Bro.
yeah, yeah. That one's you see. Those kind of sagas, I don't pay too much interest. It just annoys me. It's boring. It's jarring. It's soul draining. But apparently, the actual owner, Lewis of Spurs, apparently he told just let Kane go. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, or like if it's his last contract, just let him go certain price. But that could be rumors. Levy, I don't know if he's stubborn for ego's sake, or do you get what I'm saying? He'd rather keep him than get any money for him. It come like they want that 100 mil and that's it in pounds. Yeah, they want that 100 million and that's it. They bid 86 mil a few hours ago. They're not interested. It's madness. Kane wants to go. You know what I'm saying? But Kane's keeping quiet this time than embarrassing himself like last year.
Final year, right?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This would be last year. This would be so either way. He either goes now or he has to wait one more year, and everything's in his hands under his terms how he wants to do it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bro.
But he's not moaning though. He scored what? He scored 4 goals the other day. He's not. He's just getting on with it. Keep him quiet. He has to. After last year.
Hurricane is he's one of the greatest striker in his era in the Premier League, right?
He's one of the best in the world. Facts.
At one point, he was the best, even when they went to the Champions League. You know, but for a guy like this, you haven't won a trophy, bro. You have no ambition, bro.
Yeah.
You have to have some ambition about it, bro. Like, come on. Why are you playing a game? You just want to break Alan Shearer record? Or you want to win trophies and show your kids and your grandkids? Like, yo. See, this is my trophy. You feel me, bro?
But you know what? A lot of people say this, but I don't agree with that though, man. Because I'm just like, cause I always say it's not necessarily being in his hands. The person who messed up the biggest was his brother, his agent, that didn't put that clause in the contract. You signed a big contract, put no clause in there, yeah? So he messed up. Harry Kane's not going to be a guy to bang down the doors and say, no, I'm going to go and strike again and all them nonsense there.
But, bro,
but it's not in his hands.
He have done enough for the club. If he got there and put out a transfer request and say, yo, I want to leave, the fans not going to say, yo, oh, you unfair.
I know, but
they're going to understand, like, yo, you did your job. You did your job as a captain, as a striker.
Yeah, but is Daniel Levy going to accept that though, bro? Transfer request or not?
We're going down to the boys, you know, from Birmingham, you know, Villa. You know, what do you think about, you know, the signing of the coach? We're starting off with things with the coach, Unai Emery, you know, quality coach. You know, he beat United in that Europa League final. Coach PSG, you know, he was at Arsenal at one time. You know, for doing, you know, at Sevilla, he won the Europa Leagues, like 2 trophies. You know, he's a quality coach. You know, he knows how to get the best out of his players. You know, as you saw when he came in, Jan Magin, you know, Watkins, you know, lift his spirit. You know, the way how he run after the ball. This man is a tactician.
Yeah, he's well organized. Him and his staff are well. That's the first thing he sorts out first is the organization. He's serious. He's what's it called? He's professional. He's experienced. He's astute. Remember, he's supposed to come Newcastle first. That was our first choice before Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
But there was some mix up in his contract at Villarreal, some madness, and they said, "Hell no." And then Villa got him. I was quite surprised. But people need to understand Villa's got a very good and decent, wealthy, in a good place backing and owners. They're very ambitious. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's one of the big factors Emery's gone there. And there's some players that he can work with.
Yeah.
And it's going to be promised funds. Look at Derby. That is for me a big coup. That's the Villa showing like they're serious. Last season he came in, changed it overnight. From what Gerrard left it as, changed it overnight, brought certain players back in. And look at them now, they're organised, man. Trust me, they're not going to be no joke.
Yeah.
Don't play with Emery, man.
Well,
At Arsenal, he was unlucky at Arsenal. He's got unfinished business. That's all it is, bro. He's got unfinished business.
you know,
Arsenal treat him bad in a sense, but it was a trick. Anyone after Arsene Wenger was going to be tricky anyway.
yeah, really going to be tricky. Just like what United did to David Moyes.
Yeah. And they kind of, like, the media over here can be wicked sometimes because they kind of mocked him as well. You know, like, couldn't really speak the good fluent English and, like, that didn't take him seriously. But he's trying to learn his English now, properly trying to get there. So, yeah, man, he should be cool, man. He should be cool.
They're going to play the Europa Conference League this season. Yeah, man. So, more ask you, who you think will be the leading goal scorer this season?
Leading goal scorer?
Yeah.
I'll probably go for Haaland again, man.
Probably go back for Haaland.
Yeah.
What's your top four?
Tricky, man. People ask me that, man. In no particular order, it'll be Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United.
I think it's going to be between Liverpool and Newcastle United.
What, for the full spot?
Yeah.
No, I think Liverpool do better than both. Potentially, I think.
Yeah, bottom three, bro.
So hard to say this when the season ain't even started, but if I'm gonna be stereotypical, I'll probably say Luton, Sheffield United, and maybe Forest, Nottingham Forest, if they're not careful.
Yeah, that's my bottom three too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Same,
Luton. On a stereotypical one, you don't know what's gonna happen, but that's how it will look right now. You get me?
I think Everton will be in another scrap again.
They'll be in around the scrap, 100%.
Around that scrap again,
Most definitely, but
clubs like West Ham, Crystal Palace going to be mid-table, and they're just going to be around there. Brentford, but hey, that Brentford though, with no Luke, with no Ivan Toney, let's see how they can play the first half of the season.
That's going to be a big test without him. That's a long time without him. So, but I think Brentford will be all right though. They'll find a way.
And not be able to train with the first team.
Horrible
games. It's not guaranteed he's going to come back banging.
Probably not, because he's got to have time to get back into the mode of things, especially not training with your team, which I thought was wicked. But that's another day to talk about that. But that's wicked to ban him from his training with his team. It's still work, you get me? But he's training by himself, or he's got a little team to help him coach. But that ain't the same. It's not the same, bro. No, you get me? Match fitness, all them teams, training fitness, just but we'll see how that one turns out.
I want to point out something, in the championship. I don't know if you realize the championship have some wicked team, man. Watford, club like Stoke City, who was a Premier League team. Yeah. Ipswich is a big team.
Yeah, by names. By names.
By names. Blackburn won the title 9-5. Was a big team. Leicester City is down there. Norwich City is always up and down. Big team in the championship.
They don't look so good right now, but let's not come back up. Southampton
down there, bro. You still got Swansea, bro. Got West Brom, the Baggies.
Yeah, man. They're there.
Middlesbrough, they got Carrick. So
they're looking all right. Yeah,
they're going to be around. And Coventry, they're doing well for the last 3 to 4 years now.
Yeah, this year, last year they done very good. You got teams in and around. You got teams, man. You got teams that have been. So what's happened is there's a lot of Premier League teams that's recently gone too quick down to the Premier League, to the Championship. So you're seeing a lot of familiar teams where now you've got the Premier League is changing, where you've got a lot of the old those names like the Brentfords, the Fulhams, the Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, all the Burnleys. Now it's back. It looks weird. So it's like it's changing a bit of dynamics. But yeah, man. But Championship is not a joke. Championship is not a joke. I like that league.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, it's no joke. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is come to the end of the video. But
You see me?
yeah, man. But,
Yeah.
as I said before, man, respect for passing through, man. Really appreciate it, man. So people, specs, you have a channel, the Jardy Dread TV.
Jardy Dread TV, Newcastle, and all football in general, Mitchell.
Yeah, man. I'm going to drop the link in the description, and people going to see it popped up on the screen. So I hope you guys go over there and support, the big black and white tune.
Oh, man, I bleed black and white in the dog, and I ramping up. Watch ya. That's my style.
Yeah, man. So, specs, big up for come through, man.
Yeah, man. Everything bless up.
All
right, respect.
Yeah, man.
All right, bless up.
In the city lights, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing road?